you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
She locked the bottom door.
Google just went down the road. I think it was Google.
Did you wave? Did
Well,
you stand up there?
They were turning up the dead end on Wicks, and then when I pulled in the drive, they come down this way and went that way. So they probably already went to this street.
Oh, darn it. The only reason is if you guys ever see the Google thing, of course, you'd have to remember where it was you seen it.
Right.
But if you're at your house, like in my case, over 20 years living at that other house and working outdoor a lot. I didn't realize how much I worked outdoors. You could go back, because I don't know if you know it, but if you go to Google Maps and you do the satellite view, and it always shows the street view, usually it'll say something about the year that the picture was taken at the bottom, and it'll say more dates available or more dates or something like that. You can go back and look at all the different years that.
If you want to be on Google, they're right out here.
Oh, nice. We'll be on Google. See if you guys be on Google too.
We want to thank RV Mattress by Brooklyn Bedding for sponsoring this video.
Here we are, far from being in an RV, and we're happy with our mattress. So if you're not an RV owner, you're looking for a mattress, there's no reason you can't go with this company. I want you to go to their website. Definitely look at the different types of mattresses. It helps you choose the mattress. I mean, it's really nice. So if you go to their website, you'll look as you scroll along, there'll be actually pictures of the beds and their shapes and their dimensions. I mean, you can get them for all sizes of RVs also. You can get them for your bunks, for your kids. So if you're looking for mattresses, you don't have to put them on just a plate, one of those pieces of foam. Our case, we're in the Signature Hybrid. We had this shipped to us. It's free shipping in the continental U.S. relatively quick. It comes out of their warehouse in Arizona. They have a 10-year warranty, but best of all, I think by far, is the 120-night trial, the free trial to try it out for 120 nights. It's 4 months for you to decide, do you like it or not? We like this one. It's a Signature Hybrid, just as we did our Dream Foam Hybrid, which was a queen size. When we first moved into the home, we brought our mattress from our RV, obviously, because it was a good mattress. And guess what? Our son has it now, and he loves it. What's going on right now, and I hope that you guys have watched this by then, there's a 4th of July sale that's giving you not the normal 20% off, not 25% off, but 30% off. So jump on that as quick as you can. So as soon as you see this, use the link in the description, go to the website, and the 30% off should be in play because of it being 4th of July. If it's after 4th of July, use our link that we've got a special code. Use the code Daydream, and you're going to get 25% off, which is kind of the standard. So hopefully you've seen this before 4th of July, but if you haven't, you still get 25% off. I think our sleep has been better in this one.
Yeah, I really like this. It's perfect.
Again, the links are down below for our favorite mattress, and if you try it out, it'll be your favorite mattress too. Looks like a disaster out here. We have somebody that has a truck, a crew cab truck like ours, but it was a 2018, and he wants the Trail Shield or Rockstar. Man, I think we paid something like $380 for it. Of course, it was on our 2019 F-250. And that has like a 2-inch, I think it had a 2-inch shank, a 2.5, I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, it had a 2-inch on it. And that's what this was. Then we got the F-350, and it had a 2.5-inch. So that's what this is a 2.5. But if you want to put the smaller back on there, we still have it. Of course, we have the anti-rattle hitch thing too. I think, like I said, was it $380 we paid for this?
It wasn't cheap.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap, and it shouldn't be. I mean, it's well. We also got the exhaust shield on there too, which we did a video on that in the past. That big exhaust shield there. And I mean, it's thick. This thing is thick.
You had to put that all together, didn't you?
Yeah, to put it all together. It used to be real nice and shiny, and it lost it. I'll tell you, if it's off, I think we're only sell it for like $80 now. Yeah. The whole thing. Guy's coming to get it. So anyways, I told Heidi, so, well, get out the other stuff since he has a crew cab. Maybe he'll be interested. I mean, the dash cover fits. There's a complete set of Carhartt seat covers. I'm pretty sure we paid close to $500 for those. Yeah. And then,
$100 for floor mats.
It was. These are the center hump, the driver's side, the passenger side, Husky liners. They're guaranteed for life. And then the complete center back seat floor. So, anyways, we're trying to get rid of this stuff because we don't know. I mean, honestly. And Heidi be the first to say it because she knows how that stuff works. Next year we could buy a 2020 F-250 and we could be using needing all this stuff again, but we obviously there's too many what ifs there. You never know. I might get a trailer that only requires a 1/2 ton, and none of this stuff fits a 1/2 ton.
Go old school.
I might get a motorhome. Yeah.
Get a van.
Yeah, might get a van. Be van dwellers. Anyways, I got the edger. I had to mow the yard also, which it was getting out of control because I had it mowed for a few days.
Right there.
Yeah, it's not mowed. Yeah, this isn't mowed either. Heidi said she'll do it with her mower.
Next time.
But we got the edger. Kind of get the idea of what I'm doing there. So you can see here, this is what we're attempting to do, is do this for the whole driveway. And basically we want to make a channel that the water runs off and has a path that actually gets towards the road. This is the only place right here that I turned the blade at an angle and ran it. It's going to be a lot of work. I say that I have probably 2 hours on running that machine to get this the way that I want it. Even with it this way, we need to run a couple of grooves in the yard for the water to, have a place to go. Look at all this stuff. We picked this up the other day. I don't know if I talked about it. I don't think that I did. And it was a deal. This is all solid wood. And it was in pretty darn good shape. She's already sanded a bunch of it. But this is a corner piece that goes with this piece here. Goes, and then this piece here on the other side, and it makes a really nice corner. I don't know how to describe it. They match up. They match up. It's awful big.
So if I don't have it painted by the time you put this video out, what color should I paint it?
Yeah.
It might be already done. It might. I kind of wanted to get it done before I went back to work.
So let's talk about some of the projects you got going on here. So 2 goofy end tables, which these are real cheap. I think they're $3 or
yeah,
they're really cheap. Yeah. A real nice table here, and it's all solid wood. This isn't veneer or anything. This is all solid wood, no veneer. This is a really cool end tables. That piece there, she's already sanded. These pieces here, there's 3 pieces there. There's another big piece over there. There's another piece that the paint sprayer's sitting on.
What about painting them white?
Yeah, just paint them all the same color.
They say white is a good color, and somebody can always redo it.
Yeah.
Paint it something else.
Yeah, it's kind of like a blank canvas. I think that somebody would take note of it if they saw it.
There's one thing back there that I probably wouldn't paint white, and that's that one thing with the picture frame in it.
Oh, right.
I would probably
right.
paint that darker, or a beige or something, kind of to go with it.
But boy, we need to get this cleaned out. I think, unfortunately, I think the trailer's going to see weather. I don't. It's just taking up too much space in here. The only thing I could do that might make it a little easier is if I turned it around and drove the mower up on it.
That would be a pain.
But yeah, I just
or
don't.
Put your stuff on there that you're not using.
Well, that'd be everything. Or would you get a big shed out here?
We're gonna get in the shed.
Heidi said we're getting 2 sheds. She wants 2 sheds. I don't even know where we'd put it if we did get a shed. Under the trees. If we had all those rocks cleaned out over there. Yeah, that's such a project. Everything's a project.
And I see those shed cash deals on Facebook, and they'll still deliver them.
Yeah, I know.
You pay cash.
Okay, for example, there's a 12 by 16 with a metal garage door that has a dent in it. And it's lofted. I don't know what's up.
Everybody's alarms are going off
I think
today.
it's the same place.
The wind.
And it's $4,500, and it's 12 by 16, I think.
So that's a garage.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So I think that's what we'd have to get is if we got something, it'd have to have a garage door on it.
Right.
Get these little doors.
We need to take down that tree, not this one, not that one. This one for sure, and then the last one for sure. They're dead.
Yeah.
They're completely dead. We need to take those down. And again, you see all this busted up concrete. I have no idea what this guy was thinking. Somebody said something about he was trying to get the yard to drain because it does. Don't get me wrong, where I'm walking right now, if it's been pouring down rain, you can't walk through here. It's all flooded. But he busted up. He dug big holes here, and he busted up all this concrete, or had this concrete brought in here, and it's just here. I don't even know what to do with it. And then he tried to doctor it up and make it look fancy. I mean, like this piece here. What's this just laying out here for? I don't know what that is. But look at this. He like, oh, I'm going to make a nice little garden. He did that over there. That's what's underneath there. I don't know. It's hard to tell what people were thinking. Then he tried to do it over here. He's got some curbs. These are parking curbs. There's one there too. All this brick with concrete still attached. All these bricks here. I don't know what this hole is. Got a burrowing animal there. That wasn't there just a few days ago. All this brick here. And then this here, unfortunately, we have like this really nice flagstone, barnstone, I don't know what it is, that's in a circle. You see a real nice circle on the far perimeter. It's like that all the way around. See, I like this rock. That's a nice rock, all decorative, fancy. Look at these big holes. We got raccoons and stuff living down in there, I know it. But here, all this here, all these, see, these are nice stones. And then all that busted ass concrete that's just thrown in there. I don't even know what they were doing. I mean, I see landscaping fabric here. I don't know if they were trying to put landscape fabric on here and then heap this full of dirt to make a mound, some kind of a landscaping mound. I don't know. But then more of this concrete, and you can see, like I said, I cut this tree down, but this tree here needs gone. It's dead. This is all dead. It's just nothing. Should pay somebody to come in here and take this. And those ants. Horrible. Yeah, that sounds like the church over there. They took a tree down here because this is a stump. I put one of the bricks on here to make sure I don't run it over with the mower. And then there's bricks here too. And the craziest thing, I said, there's brick over there. There's a pile of brick over there. Busted up concrete, I should say. Yeah, this fence goes straight, straight, straight. And then right there on that pole, right there, they go, we don't want to keep on going straight. There's a tree in the way. So they cut it at an angle and then went over this way. So our property is on the other side of this fence a little ways. I don't know how to fix that. House is looking pretty good though. All the blinds that are up there, that our son installed a bunch of them. But we got to take care of all around the house here. I have to get a tiller. I got to till up, knock all that down, smooth it all out. We got to put in a window well for the basement, and then put the dirt to where it slopes away. And again, we have some decorative stone here, but most of this is all busted up concrete. I don't know what they were doing. Looking pretty good, actually. It's not as bad as it was. And then he did this landscaping here, which it doesn't do any good if you do this landscaping and then you don't plant anything in there. So we got it.
You don't have any downspouts.
Oh yeah. Plus, you got a big piece of concrete back there. I don't know what the deal is. They were all happy to get all this concrete. Okay, that's enough on this video. Every time we get out here, it's another project. Look at this big hunk of... What am I supposed to do with that big hunk of concrete?
Oh, it looks ridiculous sitting there.
Yeah.
But who wants to pick it up?
Yeah, I don't... That's why it's still sitting there.
All this stuff here now.
Oh, and you know what we have yet to do still? We have yet to open up that crawl space and see what's in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to have to get in there and do that at some point. All right. Whew. Still so much work to do. It's the next day since that mess that we had going on yesterday. Yeah, look at all the edging we did. So what I did was got a different edger. So I'm going to put it down in the links in the description on this, and this isn't going to make any sense. I know it's not going to make any sense to you guys, because I'm going to post an assembly of an edger that has pretty good high reviews on both, I think, Amazon and at Home Depot. And I purchased it because I didn't want to spend the money on a McLean. Now in this case, this says McLean Commercial Series. You know, the one to buy is a yellow one. There's nothing wrong with this one. There's nothing different about this one for the most part. It's just whenever they start doing this commercial series stuff, it's like a short series run. So then whenever you're looking for parts and you're looking at a model number, the model number never matches, even though the parts are the same. So back whenever I did small engine repair all these years ago, we had McLean trimmers that were coming in, edgers I should say, that were coming in. And they were awesome. They were little beast. They were affordable little beast. They did a great job. There was nothing wrong with them. And over the years, whenever I made repairs on McLean edgers, there was nothing wrong with them for the most part. I mean, you just had normal maintenance items, you know, maybe bearings, stuff like that on the shaft that needed to be replaced because somebody forgot to grease them, because they do include grease zerks on these. But we didn't want to spend the money. I just didn't want to spend the money on a McLean, because you're talking about $650, and I didn't know how much of a project this was going to be. And you guys, I know this is, again, counterintuitive of what's going on, but we don't want to be here for a long period of time. This, you know, things may change. We might have to. I don't know. But in the meantime, I don't want to outfit myself completely to where we have so much stuff that we're like we were before at our old house. However, the soil here, I'll just tell you, sucks compared to what we're used to. Where we lived out in Beloit, you know, it was all farm country, and it was all topsoil. Everything was topsoil. I mean, we had rich topsoil. This stuff is the hardest clay. It's just nasty. And with the lack of rain that we got, it just rained a few days ago. All the ground is cracked like this real hard because the water does not take, or the ground doesn't take in any water. It just puddles up and will slowly absorb into the ground, or it runs off to some other place. Well, that would be fine if I had some drainage, you know, an area that the water would drain off of. You know, if we lived on some sort of a mountain, that'd be great. But I know you can't see it on camera with this wide angle lens, but I have so many dips, undulations, holes all the way through this property, all the way out to a ditch that isn't even completed, that's on the next street over, and we don't have any drainage. So the guy that lived here before, that's what he was trying to do back there. He's trying to make some sort of a pit to where all the water runs off of the property into the pit, and it just stays wet back there. Well, I don't want that at all. I mean, you should run the water off the property if you can. But getting back to the problem, the ground is taller than our driveway. The driveway is the lowest point. The problem is then the driveway becomes the place where all the water stands, and it runs off eventually, but when it's raining really hard, it all becomes a big giant puddle. Well, of course, you could see how much the driveway has been lifted and cracked and broken, and that's because over the years the water's just been on it whenever it's been freezing. So what we're trying to do is, and I think we have, is created a place for the water to go. Plus created, you know, it looks a little bit neater. So what we did is we dug a pretty good trench with the, oh, sorry, got off topic. So what we did was we took that edger that we purchased at Home Depot, we used it here, and I didn't like it because it had a clutch. It actually had like a mini bike clutch on it, and it had a throttle that you had to hold. It had like a boom, boom, boom throttle. I don't know how to describe that other than what I just did. Well, I didn't like that I had to necessarily hold the throttle, but it wasn't too bad. You know, it's kind of a safety thing that when you let go of the throttle, the RPMs would drop and the blade would quit spinning, because then the clutch would not have enough RPMs to engage. The problem is when you have a clutch, whenever you, in something like this, it can stop. It will stop. It'll stop spinning. And again, it's a safety feature. If you had some kind of heavy steel toe boot on, and you had that other edger that we had, that earthquake edger or whatever, and you had it full throttle, and you put your foot in the way with that steel toe, the blade would maybe cut into it a little bit, but it would stall it. It would stall it out. I mean, it wouldn't continue to cut it unless you got it right on edge and let it, you know, take little chunks away out of it till eventually it got to your toes. Well, that's not a good design. This one here, when you lower it, when you start to lower this rusty rod, when you start to lower that, the blade kicks on because the belt engages everything, and there is no clutch. It's just two pulleys that belt's connected to. The safety on that is the belt will burn up a little bit if you get into something really heavy, you know, if you jam it or something. Nonetheless, that's why we got rid of the other one. The other one, if you guys are just doing standard edging work around the yard, and even if you're wanting to redefine some of your flower beds a little bit, maybe you could kind of use that. It's not that bad of a unit, but if not, you need a McLean or like a Little Wonder. It's LIL Wonder. Those are old though. But again, they're expensive. Like I said, the one that I bought at Lowe's was only $400, I think. I had a military discount. Sorry, Home Depot. There was a military discount, and
It was like $416 out the door with tax and everything. Where this one here, we bought used off of Marketplace, and it was $400 used, and it's a few years old, but it's perfect. Okay, so we went ahead and made this little channel for the water. Same here. We might have to do this again later in the summer. You realize it's June, Heidi? Holy cow. Later in the summer.
Looking up wildlife stuff.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. She's looking at wildlife. So we did out here, we're going to have to redo this because yesterday then, as you saw on that quick time lapse, I pressure washed all this. So a lot of the dirt that we got up out of here kind of reintroduced itself into it. So like I said, later in the summer we'll go ahead and redo all this. But you can see the sidewalk where we stopped the pressure washing. So the whole sidewalk needs done, and our front walkway. But before I do that, I'm going to get the edger back out. I'm going to put my boots on, and I'm going to go down the sidewalk in both directions and our walkway to go ahead and cut a better edge, because the edge out there isn't that good because I used that other edger. And if you go rent an edger like we did, make sure it has a big blade on it. Those blades are supposed to be 9 inches in length. So you see what it looks like here. We're gonna make that much nicer. And then I think I can redefine Heidi's flower beds here a little bit more, even though she has no interest in this right now, and I don't disagree with her at all. Yeah. Also, if you guys know of any quick solution or any solution to this, let me know, because we've watched a lot of stuff online, and there's parts of the stuff they're showing online that looks like that this can be redone, but quite honestly, I think all this has to come out, or at least these brick walls. God, I hate getting rid of these brick walls, these handrails. I mean, they're just, look at this. Who does this anymore? Who does this kind of work anymore? I mean, it's just really nice. This one's cracked. It could be repaired possibly. Looks like somebody tried to repair this at one point. But yeah, I mean, if somebody could, and everybody's, I don't know what that means. They say repoint the brick. I'm sure they're talking about redo the concrete in there. I mean, it just, I love that it's part of the house. I mean, look at the brickwork that's here. Look at the bricks, how they turned them sideways, and the, you know, the little keystone looking things there, which that one's chipped a little bit, but just overall the brickwork. And then the pillars out front, you know, they're not straight up and down. They're tapered. They're, you know, it's kind of like a pyramid. It's just, all this work was done really nice, and I really hate to tear all this down and put up a wood deck. Everybody's got that, but I have no idea what it would cost for this. So if you guys have an answer to that, we're in Northeast Ohio, by the way. If you know somebody that does that kind of work and they don't charge an arm and a leg, or if they want exposure on our channel, I'll do a whole video just of them doing all this work. I mean, that's got to be worth something. It's definitely, I mean, for the exposure. But yeah, that's something we need to look at. I feel really bad. And then we've got to get some sort of a wrap around these pillar supports that they put in. But that's what we're doing, other than what Heidi said. She's researching wildlife. Now, why would she be researching wildlife? Well, let me go have her tell you. So why are you researching wildlife?
Because we have at least 7 raccoons.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure that they're living on our property. I mean, I know that they could be living across the street, but I'm certain they're living here.
So I'll show you a couple places that I think. Let me make sure this door is not, I got to redo all this too. Yeah, they're not in there. So we have cleared out this property. We finally got rid of the fort, part of the fort. Thing is I needed room in the garage, so we brought our trailer out here. And I thought, why not just stick it underneath there for the time being? But we did take off the stupid fence post. We've got a lot of this cleaned up. You can see we still have the 2 piles over there. Our son's going to take care of that. And he did something else for us. He's still got to finish it out. But see all the bricks? Remember all the bricks along the wall? All that? He stacked them all behind the garage. We'll go look at that in a second here. But see that right there? Underneath the fence? I saw a groundhog go through there. But, you know, raccoons need like dens. Someplace that they can stay and be protected and live. This disaster, I think there's a den right there. It's pretty deep. It goes back and under a ways. There's a couple of different exits you can see here. And yeah, like I said, it goes back a ways. So it could very well be that they're underneath there. So we got to get some wildlife people out here to take care of that. When our son was doing all the brick, he didn't know where poison ivy was, so Heidi came out and spray painted the plants that had poison ivy. so we knew which ones were poison ivy. All this brick was on the property, and we still have more to come over. I have no idea what they were doing with all this stuff. I mean, obviously, you could see that it has concrete on it, so yeah, we had to get that taken care of. But then there's this tree here, and I don't know how hollow it is and how far up it is hollow, but yeah. See right there?
Oh, there's another hole?
Yeah, there's holes. See, I don't know how far it goes up in the tree, but all that's got to be taken down.
Stick in there?
No. That one piece of brick, if you want to put it back up, it don't make a difference. They can knock it down. So yeah, we've got this to be cleaned up here, which he's got to take the chainsaw and thin it down and make it skinny to where I can put it in the shredder, but there's a lot of it that I can't. I mean, this here is too big. When I cut this was the first stuff that I cut, and I was just cutting it, and I wasn't really thinking much about the size or anything like that. So we have this all needs cleaned up too. We have to get him out here today for sure. We changed the locks on the back of the door. I mean, the ones we had on there worked, but now we have locks that we have keys to the top and the bottom. Boy, like I said, every day it's a different project. So I've got to get my boots on. We're waiting for a delivery from FedEx. It requires a signature. You guys can pretty much put in the comments what you think that is. We all know pretty much what it is. It's the same thing it always is. And yeah, I got to get to work.
Gloves that
They make them.
I know. Harbor Freight has them.
Oh.
I'd like to go over there and
Pull all those.
poison ivy.
Pull the poison ivy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in a bag.
Yeah. We got to clean our coils. Look at all the pollen on the coils of the air conditioner. Wow, that's a lot. Have to get the hose over here. But you can still see the this all poison ivy. We're probably going to get it just looking at it here.
Yeah, I'm still recovering.
Yeah, Heidi still
Like-
got. It's been a while. Looked like at one point somebody bit her. But yeah, we've still got a lot here.
It's ridiculous.
I think this maybe in the fall when this stuff gets a little bit more dormant,
I took a
or
picture
the
of this
spring,
other
one or
day.
the
I
other.
don't remember what it is.
It looks like a weed to me. Oh no, it looks
No,
like some
it's
kind of
It's
tree.
a tree. It's a tree. I'll tell you what it is. I love Google whatever lens.
Yeah, Google Lens. If you guys don't have it, get it. Because you can take pictures of plants and it'll tell you what they are.
It's a black walnut tree.
Yeah, well, I can't grow there.
Yeah.
I'd love for her to have a black walnut tree.
Yeah. See, it looks like it's been cut before.
Yeah, well, maybe we can dig it out and transplant it.
I doubt it.
I'm going to change where that camera is. The nice thing about these cameras, we just have it sitting here. Oh, I could put it up there maybe. Yeah, actually I could. That's a good idea. We could put a camera there. So here's the deal. This is the best part. All I got to do is take some steel wool or some sandpaper or something, and we can go through the top window, run the wire through the top windows because they're flat wires.
Yeah.
Somebody asked us about this. It's Wise cameras. Did we
You
put
need
this
to
in our
do-
thing?
Maybe, but you need to actually do a whole video of the Wise camera.
That's a lot of work for. We have so many different options and
integration.
so this window here, what we need to do is run the wire through it. And the best part about brick, I don't know if you guys know this, almost all these brick homes, where they have openings for windows and stuff, they have steel plate that goes across.
I think they forgot to put caulking around that window.
Well, they didn't. There's caulking all the way around it.
Why is there black? Why is it black
Where's the black?
around the window?
It's not, that window opens, that's the seal.
Oh.
That's the rubber seal.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot it opened.
So, yeah. So the thing is if I just scratch off that steel, these Wise cameras, these stationary Wise cameras, they are magnetic. So they just stick to the steel.
Motion one would be good up there. Maybe.
It's not magnetic.
Oh, that's...
She's talking about one that moves, a pan cam when it moves.
I'm
But-
sick of all these leaves and stuff.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm sick of all this crap right there.
I think we'll have to put in a window well and then fill this with dirt coming out. It'd probably be easier. Plus, looks like we need some concrete patch stuff here. See there?
Yeah.
We'll have to redo that.
Yeah.
That'd be easy to do. Yeah, before we put anything up. Same here. There's a couple of spots that's missing some concrete. But look at the brick intricacy that they put on this house. I mean, all the way around they did this pattern where they 3 brick, 3 brick, 3 brick, 3 brick. I mean, it's just nice that they did that. Not back here they didn't. This was just a porch. This was a roofed open porch. It was just a porch.
I kind of wish it still was.
Like what's on the front of our house?
Yeah.
That's what was on the back of the house. Heidi says that, but we used the crap out of this.
Oh, yeah, we did.
I mean, it's been great for storage. It's going to be like for lack of a better term, mud room. Also still have to get our gutters. We haven't got anybody come out and look at our gutters, but all right, that's our update. I'm sure this went on long enough, and I got to put on my boots and go out and do some edging. So say bye.
Bye.